to day 4, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling a little bit tired. It's early in the morning and I'm going to try and get the game off real quick. I think we're going to be playing with the black pieces because yesterday we played with the white pieces. I would love for the setup to be a little bit better placed. I think now it is. I don't think that's thing I can do to make you guys see it better. I think this is good, and we will get into the game right away. Now we are playing with the black pieces, and my opponent goes on d4, so let's play knight f6 and see what we are going against. Okay, so he tries to go for the possibly the Joe Bavilan. Against the Joe Bavilan, I would like to start with c5 right away, trying to trade a flank pawn with a center pawn. Now they sometimes get off guard and he do take the pawn, which is not a good move because now he can play e6 and try to get the pawn back right away. It's kind of in a gambit style. There's really no real way of then holding g4 is a good idea, but then after a5 with the addition of knight c3, it is just simply not a good move. So let's take the pawn. He goes e3, which is a perfectly normal move. We try to play it as if it were a Nimzo Indian, maybe. Okay, so he is gonna go for this weird London system setup. I think we're just gonna go for normal developing moves. There's really no need to do something too weird. We'll just see how the game goes. Now, this pin is a little bit annoying. There is really no possibility of any sacrifice with the addition of e3. So he plays knight f3. Let's see what we can do. I mean, I do not like this, so I'm gonna play it here just to poke this bishop. I think he's trading. If he doesn't, he's being a little bit more annoying. We can try to get rid of the bishop with the knight like this. And like in this position, there's really no plan. I mean, we're trying to be the most solid that we can. We can go now d5. Try to play for bishop here and just try to do something with the position. The position is not being easy. This game is not being easy. Opponent is playing very interesting chess. The queen here is more than reasonable. We are threatening the pawn, but of course we double the structure. Now he does go for that attack on the bishop, which I don't think it's a bad move. And I can just go back and now the pawns will not be doubled. Now if he trades, it's a very bad move because we get into the juicy diagonal. The knight is weak because it's not being defended by any pawn, and it is looking a little bit comfortable for us. Now I don't know if b4 was the best practical decision. The game is being hard. It's the 4th game of the series, and I will see how it plays off. I'm playing with headphones now because I don't know, I already had them on and I don't feel like taking them off. But yeah, we have though to do something with this light squared bishop. Now it cannot be fianchettoed as the queen is standing behind the pawn. It can be moved here and then here, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. He takes away the open file. There's really nothing to a concern because there is a pawn protected by a pawn. A piece sacrifice doesn't really work. Okay, so he goes bishop back, which is kind of an unusual move. We can go bishop here, which it does not really seem that bad of a move, given that this is not possible. And we do have to get this bishop out. It seems a little bit weird that I'm putting the bishop in here, but the idea is to then play knight e4. If he takes, we have a fork. It's pretty much all that there is to it. There's really nothing more, and we can get our knight to this good e4 square, and the bishop is actually now doing something. It wasn't doing anything here. Now it's still being a little bit dubious after a move like here. I mean, yeah, we cannot take, given that we lose the pawn. So yeah, a move like g4, but a move like g4, I mean, he is compromising the structure. Now, it's probably the best move, given that it just makes that move useless. Okay, so he goes to attack my bishop. Now, really no threat. I wouldn't want the bishop to be taken, but given that the bishop is not really that good, I think that we can afford to lose it. Just keep in mind not to hang any pawn in this process. For example, knight takes, we cannot take with the pawn right away, because then if knight takes, pawn takes, and queen takes, we would be down a pawn. So we have to take back with the queen. And now the funny thing is we're threatening this knight. So we're doing fine. If he plays a move like here, it doesn't work because we just take the knight. Now, I think the most normal idea is just to take. He can try to infiltrate though, which I'm not really happy about it, and I probably will have to take, but we'll get a diagonal. We have a pawn in the center. We can drop this pawn. I do not see it being a very good decision. Of course, here, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's a really good move, just going here. He doesn't go for it, he instead moves the queen back, which I think is a little bit dubious, not gonna lie, because now we take away the file. That's very important. We can play bishop here right away. It targets the rook, and I think it's a very good decision actually. But then of course he has rook here, and it starts to get a little bit messy because we do not have the file. So we'll take away the d file. Of course, maybe bishop here works, but then of course after rook here, we lose a little bit of the grip that we have in the position, and keep in mind that one of our pawns is doubled. Of course, it is restricting some key squares, so it is not being a bad pawn. And I think we're looking very good into this position now. I think that we might want to do is to just trade off this weak pawn. Okay, so he goes c4, which now just leaves the position a little bit weaker. Now I think bishop here is an okay move, because I'm seeing that he wants to close the position like this. Now, I really like here, because if we take, then we always have the rook taking. So I think I'm going to go for that. And he does close the position as I was expecting. Now we have bishop here, just getting into the diagonal. It's a little bit good, the diagonal. And then we can have moves like here. We can also, but we should be concerned about here. I mean, we can still take and be fine, but it will be a little bit harder to play this position. So we maybe shouldn't have went for the diagonal right away. Or maybe just try to go rook here. Why rook there? Because if we go with the rook there, then we can undouble our pawns. But even better than that, we can double up on the file. That this file is not open, but this one is. So yeah, I think it's a good practical decision. I mean, we're trying to undouble our pawns. We try to get the structure a little bit better, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, so he doubles up. Now I can also double up, and I think I'm gonna do it because, I mean, there's really no point in not doing it. I mean, we've already played rook here. I think we're just gonna double up. Okay, that's an interesting attempt. Okay, so the idea is now that I cannot double up, but I do not really lose anything, so I'm just gonna go here. And I think we're doing okay. Of course, bishop here would also be a move to consider, but I don't think it works because then the rook is pinned to the rook. Okay, so he moves back, which is, I think, very bad because he went up, so he's now moving back. We can now consider moves like here, but after like he going back, I don't think it's very good. We can go here, e6. Then the rook gets weak. We can also try to triple up the stack, but taking first is not bad. We should always consider taking first because if we just do not take and ignore, I mean, they always have, they can have some counterplay with the pawns. One of the pawns get through, and then we do not know really what to do. Now, the position is being messy. I do not really see. In the last games, I mean, we did had good wins. I mean, but this is just being a very solid game, I think. There's really not been much. Yeah, I mean, the opponent is playing well, I'm playing well, and we'll see who actually ends up winning. I do have a little bit of a time advantage, which is good, I'm not gonna lie. And I mean, if he takes back, I think I win a pawn. Of course, after rook here, I mean, the game is still not over, but after, yeah, no, the game is over. Okay, so he does take with the rook. I don't really want to take with the pawn because then I think I invite too much pressure. I don't really know. I mean, I'm gonna take with the pawn. I mean, we just the structure just now is more solid, so I think it's a good decision. But yeah, taking with the rook is also not bad. I really do not know what is the best option, really. Yeah, I think this was a good move. I mean, now we try to trade the queens because I think we are up a pawn if I'm not wrong. I mean, I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so he decides to do that now. That is a good move. I mean, now I cannot take. Of course, the pawn is pinned, but there is nothing stopping me from advancing, I guess. And we're just doing okay. We're just doing okay. All the pawns in light squares. I mean, now this pawn we should be worried about. Okay, so he is now threatening to play bishop here. And I think that's about it. I mean, we now have to be careful because we do not want to drop that pawn. We also don't want to play king there because it gets a little bit weird. So we'll just stick with here, I think. Okay, but now the idea is probably going here, even if we get doubled pawns. I mean, we are now a pawn up, so we should be fine in the endgame. Even if we don't win, we're gonna get a draw. It's not gonna be a bad result. We'll see what happens. I mean, we are up time, so maybe our opponent cannot handle the pressure. And now moves like bishop here are possible. I just didn't play it right away because if bishop takes, we cannot take the bishop back, given that the pawn is pinned to the king in this line. Okay, so he creates a h6, but h6 is a really weird move. I mean, he does not really know what to do. I think I'm going to go here because the thing is that, yeah, we just win another pawn. Okay, but we should be a little bit concerned with the defense here. I think here is not a good move because of bishop here, and then it's getting a little bit tricky. So we probably just either go back, which is not awful. But yeah, taking the pawn I think is a mistake. Because after bishop here, f6... I mean, I don't think there is anything. It doesn't look like there is much, you know. Or even g4, I mean. Or another move that works is just the queen threatening to trade. I think we're doing okay, so I'm probably just gonna take the pawn. Okay, he keeps going after it, but I think that's a little bit wrong because, I mean, Okay, we dropped that pawn, but I really do not care. I'm not gonna lie. He does get a little bit more pressure, so I think it's a good idea to play a move like queen here. We're just trending the trade. He can go back with the queen, but of course going back, you know, you want to be active, you don't really want to go back. And my pieces are looking active, my pieces are looking good. I mean, we could reposition the bishop in the diagonal, because in the diagonal the bishop is good and not good luck. We could also go here attacking the rook. It's not really necessary. Just because it's just a tempo, he can move the rook and attack our bishop. And my opponent is getting low on time. Remembering trading the queen, I mean, he doubles pawns, maybe. I mean, that's what I really want, because, yeah, it's just easy defense, you know. He doesn't go for that. He instead goes to the queen up. Okay, let's see. Just going back looks good. Let's just do that. He's now getting low on time. We just have to convert the position. Remembering, trade the queens. Try to just do that. Just getting the bishop repositioned because I like the bishop in the diagonal. E5 next. Not E5 right now, but yeah, now we have to move. We can go here, try and G4. There are many options. We can just go back and try to trade the bishops like that. Which option will I go for? I think this one is the most active one. Okay, so he attacks again. Now we just do this. I mean, we have no worries. We are up 2 pawns, so we should win this comfortably. My opponent does not have much time. Okay, he trades the bishops. And yeah, we just have a good position. Now, we do have to win, which may be hard. And we have deflection ideas. Deflection ideas I don't really like. What are the weak points in the position? Well, we can try and checkmate. Like this. Okay, so he doesn't fall for that, but still go king here. If you check, he picks up the pawn, so yeah, I'm not gonna go for that. Just go to G4. Don't really know what to do. He also is in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so I mean, just F5 looks fine. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, now we start pushing the pawn. Okay, so he wants to trade the queens. That is, I think, a mistake because I'm up 2 pawns. And, I mean, yeah, if someone is going to win the endgame, it's gonna be me. I mean, we can start with check and try to pick up this pawn. And yeah, now we just comfortably win the endgame. He just did what I wanted. It is an instructive game. I think we both played well. I mean, now we just take. And we take like this. So I think this structure. I mean, let's take like this just because we have a 4-on-2 and that's a little bit more winnable. But yeah, the pawn is hard to defend. So let's start bringing our king. Go check and take. And now we completely just have a 5-on-2 monster snake of pawns, which, I mean, it would be an easy win. The idea behind this endgame is, I mean, just make sure these 2 pawns do not promote. They will not, because we have 2 pawns here stopping them. We walk the king to one of the pawns and we just promote. I I mean, it's pretty simple. Overall, I think it was a good game. We do get ourselves another win. Let's put it here, 4 on the fourth game, which I'm pretty happy about. I think it was a nice game. My opponent did play well. We're gonna see the review and see actually what went wrong, what could have gone better. Let me just set the review up to you guys. Like this, and now like this. Okay, so I think it's pretty much set it up. Let's look at it. Okay, so we played with 71.8. Good job building a lead and not letting up. I mean, it was a good game. My opponent also did not play well. Shout out to Kuba5758. We played some good moves. We did not take a chance. We had an 18. Our opponent was a little bit weird. I mean, my opponent did not play in the way I was expecting. I mean, he tried to go for a Jobab. I didn't really know what to do. He opened with d4, knight f6, knight c3. And because c5, it says it's an inaccuracy. I like to see it as personally a sideline. I mean, maybe it's an inaccuracy. Taking is actually okay. So, okay, maybe we shouldn't play c5 in the next game. Maybe try to experiment with h6, g6, other Jobava kinds of setups, because I think he was trying to go for a Jobava. We did not let it him. I mean, we're playing good moves. Here is actually a very good mistake because he can just take the bishop. And I do not really see why taking the bishop is such a powerful move. If we take with the queen, what happens? He trends mate. Okay. Oh, he's forking the mate and the bishop. Okay, it makes sense. I did not see that. He goes knight f3 though, and I mean, it is a game-losing mistake, so we should keep in mind that we should not play that. Okay, so he does go knight f3. I did not see that he could do that. We then keep the bishop, he goes back, and here it's an inaccuracy. I didn't really knew what to do. The engine wants me to go back. It's reasonable, but I mean, yeah, I just didn't really know to do. So I try to trade the bishop for the knight, just go d5, then there's a mistake, it wanted g4, but g4 is just a very hard move to spot. I mean, you can take because the knight is spin, but I mean, yeah, you just normally want to castle, you don't want to be pushing your pawns. It was actually a mistake. We could have played b6. I mean, yeah, here is a miss because I saw that he could take and we would have double pawns, so it wouldn't be good. But we just now go back. We play bishop there, it's not the best. Here, 97, it is a mistake because after takes. I mean, yeah, of course, we have queen d5, queen d7. The engine says it's still around equal. White is slightly better, but I really saw it wouldn't be very good to defend. Now, I think rook d8 is the best move. The engine already wanted me to go bishop f6, but after a move like this, I really did not see a possible continuation. The engine says that it wants me to keep playing on the diagonal, but I really did not see that. Okay, so we went with d8, we just put our rook in the file, he closes the position, and now we go for that move. Now, a lot of the moves that I'm playing are not being the best ideas. This idea also crossed my mind, but Javo. This idea also crossed my mind, but I really didn't think that it was the best. Okay, so he doubles the rooks. I did too. He could have taken. I really didn't see how well it would be to take. He just goes there, and here is a mistake. Because now he can't trade the rook. And after takes, I think queen here, and yeah, there's no real way for me to defend the pawn. Okay, he doesn't take. He goes back. I really thought this was the best move. Maybe not just take. He takes. Taking with the pawn is not the best. We could have taken with the rook. I really just thought that we were improving our structure. It's a little bit fine. It's a +1 for black. I think you guys can see it. Rook c1 is a mistake because now we just closed the position. I was seeing that. King g8 is a good move. I mean, the engine when we 6x, it just completely sacked that pawn. Okay, but we shouldn't really sack. Okay, get the rook. We could have went back. The engine wanted me to go back, but I just thought for a little bit there. I thought it would be fine. Now here is a mistake. Because the engine's saying that after taking with the queen, the black half has good ways of defending this endgame after a move like there. I mean, here I consider going like this with the bishop, just protecting the pawn. But yeah, the engine says that despite black being up 2 extra pawns, white has good chances. He doesn't go for it, which I do not blame him. I mean, it just looks ridiculous that white has any chances in that endgame. We can trade the pieces, just try to, play it. Now, f5 is a mistake. Because of rook e1 is saying that after here I was completely winning if I had found king g7, because it says that black now has not have a clear win. Now I don't really see what that changes in the position, because after rook d1, I mean, he's kind of protecting the threads, and now I think that what the engine is trying to say is now I completely depend on pawn play to win the game. Now, but he does go for that. That is the worst move, because we just take and we're now in a better endgame. And yeah, it's just a comfortable win, and the opponent resigns the game with 10 seconds on the clock. I think overall it was a decent win. I mean, did play a good endgame, I think. The middle game wasn't the best, and the opening wasn't the best. So I'm really doing it a lot in the rook end games. We won one. I think it was on the first game. I don't really remember. We did win. That knight end game was also not that bad, and we get 4 wins. That's really about it. All I have to show you. I think you would like this kind of setup. I really do not have much against d4. I try to play a little bit of like a Benoni, because it gets people off guard a lot of the times. But yeah, with knight c3, it really doesn't seem like a good option. So yeah, that's all I had time for. Bye bye.